Alex, that was your 5th touchdown reception this year on just 12 catches. That matches your season total from last year through 14 games, and we're just through 9 this year. So what can you really say about your chemistry with Darian Mensah and how you've been able to be such a red zone threat with less time on task?
I think that just speaks to working every single day in summer, getting used to Darian, how he throws the ball, and just getting in the playbook and learning, all the new schemes that Coach Craddock has brought in. And that, along with, just going out there and practicing and proving to the coaches that I can make plays and do stuff like that. So I think that just adds to the catches and stuff like that.
You just talked about, 0 blitzes. I've seen you pick up a ton of those. The physicality is really going to matter. When we talked with you this offseason, you talked about Rusty Witt and how much he really helped you change just your body type and everything. How really important has that been, especially kind of getting back from an injury this year and then looking at such a physical game this weekend?
Yeah, no doubt. I can speak for myself. I think I can speak for a lot of the guys when they say they feel a lot stronger and a lot healthier during the year. Especially for me, coming off of the injury, I feel a lot stronger just, going through his workouts and going through his offseason. That just helped me, I think, become a better player and help us all become better players.
And then this is the first time, the last 2 years, it came down to the final game of the season for Tulane to clinch a spot or host the conference championship. With that being this weekend, how do you feel like the focus of this year's team has really locked in on this Navy game?
Yeah, I think that we have a mentality for each and every game that we need to be locked in, and we treat every single game like it's a championship game. So, when you have that mentality to prepare each and every week and get better each and every day so that you can perform your best on Saturday.
Tulane is not absent, or you've played in so many big games over the last few years, right? Like, how much do you feel like maybe that helps you even when it comes to like the approach and the attitude that's necessary for a game like this Saturday? Yeah,
so you definitely have a standard when you play in those games that you know what it takes to win those games, right? And you know what it takes to prepare to win those games. So I think having that baseline of being able to have a little bit of experience in that helps a little bit, and it rubs off on all the other guys.
Navy gets a lot of attention for their offense and its uniqueness, I guess, in today's college football, but their defense is pretty good as well. Like, I believe they're top 3 in the AAC. When you watch them on film, what's the biggest thing that maybe stands out?
Their stout defense, they're very disciplined, they're hard workers, and I think that one thing that stands out on film is just the way they fly the ball and how hard they play. They're not going to take a play off. They're going to keep coming at you, and we're going to have to stay tough and be physical like we've been throughout the season.
What type of issues do y'all present to that defense? Considering, this team has a lot of playmakers from the tight ends, the receivers to the running backs as well.
I think it starts, like you said, with Makai and the running backs. When we're able to ground and pound and run the ball efficiently, that opens up everything else. And that's kind of our mentality as an offense, is if we get that run game going, it's hard to stop us. Like, we can dish it out wide or, run a bunch of different plays to get people open because they have to focus on running that ball. So I think that speaks to what I just said in the physicality of our team and our offensive line, just being able to run the ball.
I asked Coach about Mensah's composure as these games have a little more weight to them, and he just said he just even kill. He's the same guy he's been from week 1 to now. What do you say about that as well?
I agree. No doubt. He's he's a great friend, great teammate, great person overall, and an unreal competitor. He keeps that cool. He's always competing. I know maybe Coach Summerall doesn't see it sometimes. He says cool, but he's always at that highest level of competing, and he stays level. And that's good to have somebody who's not going crazy here and there, being able to keep calm and stay cool, and be able to play in those big games and big moments.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
All right, Tyler, just like we asked Alex, you've been here, the big games and kind of what it feels like when you have played in big games before. Like, how much does that help when going into a game like this against Navy?
Yeah, it obviously helps me personally, but also I feel like I can give advice to young guys that, when the bigger games come ahead, I can tell them things so that can help them out. Because when I was younger and playing in those big games, they had older guys that helped me out too. It does help, but I think it's all about your preparation for the game. I feel like if you're really prepared and you understand what's going on, the game slows down for you. So, yeah.
Would you say that that's the biggest advice that you give to young guys, or is it something else?
Yeah, no, I think the biggest advice would be like to understand your responsibility to the utmost. To know exactly what you're running as a defense, what your keys are, because I feel as if you don't really go into the game understanding what your responsibility is, the game starts getting really wide. It starts going really fast. You don't understand where you're supposed to be, and that's when it starts to get out of control. But if you understand, going into the game, what your keys are, what your responsibility is, and then also the older guys, letting them know, hey, it's just another football game. It may be a little bit bigger, but it's the same, yards, same points, everything's the same since you've been young. So
Horvath is a unique quarterback, especially for Navy. When you see him on film, maybe what's the thing that impresses you the most, or what's the thing that stands out the most?
Yeah, definitely just his capability of making good passes, and also his speed's very good. And when you think of the triple option, you don't think of a guy that can pass that well, but he's actually a very good passer, and he completes the ball very well. And then when he pulls it down and runs, he can make people hurt. So yeah, I think he's a very dynamic player.
I just remember you posted after the Oklahoma loss that might kind of be the last big crowd, big away game that you kind of get that chance to have. Do you feel like this is almost a second shot at that this weekend with the ability to clinch the conference championship on an away game? And how does your mentality really kind of shape up with that?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, it's kind of up to, in the sense of being a big game, yes, like it's a big game for us because every game's a big game. But I guess in the crowd atmosphere, I guess it's kind of up to Navy's crowd to decide if they want to, pack the crowd, or if they don't feel like showing up, it's up to them. But yeah, I mean, it was, that in that moment in time, it was probably the last SEC game I ever get to play in for college. So it was something like that I can't definitely get back. But, excited to go into another hostile environment that hopefully will be, a lot of people will be there, and it'll have some good energy. So I'm excited.
And I know we've talked about Taylor Polk a lot, but you dedicated, I know the guys all kind of dedicated that game to someone. You dedicated it to Taylor Polk. Just kind of, I know we've talked about why that was, but what was really kind of special about that dedication?
Yeah, it was just special because of, I've played at Louisiana Tech before us and have multiple position coaches. Like, I've had a different position coach every year throughout college, and the things he's just done for me in this short amount of time, the time that we've had here together, is beyond imaginable. He's done so much for me, not in the football atmosphere, but outside of the football atmosphere. I'll just keep repeating. If you're a linebacker that wants to play college football at the highest level and want one of the best coaches out there, you want to come here and play for Taylor Polk, because he's going to love you outside of here, and he's going to love you in here. He's going to coach you the hardest, and the things he does in that linebacker room is special. And when you talk to him and when you get in there and you speak to him, you'll understand.
Yeah, I think it's shown really well by Sam Howard being out of this last game, and Dixon Agu and Chris Rogers, Mekhi Williams, everyone that's able to really step into that role, and to have 22 different guys have a part in the 35 tackles. What is it kind of like being on a defense with this level of depth?
Yeah, I think when you have this many people that are willing and want to make plays, it just gives you reassurance that no matter what game, no matter what offense, that everybody's willing to make a play and everybody wants to make a play. The urgency we have on defense to want to run, talk, and hit is crazy, I think. You see guys coming down from safety level, from corners, wanting to lay a hat on somebody, wanting to make a play. It's almost like a challenge, every game, to see who can make the most plays, who can get the most picks. And when you have that type of atmosphere, it's going to push everybody to great depths.
I'm assuming you've never gone against an option style offense. Did you at Louisiana Tech? Did you play?
Actually, I did. So my freshman year, when we played in the New Orleans Bowl, we played against Georgia Southern when they ran it. So that was actually my first time.
What do you think are the keys against this Navy attack for the defense to slow it down?
Yeah, I think just for us as a defense is everybody understanding their job, not straying away, not wanting to, because like she was saying, we all want to go make the play, but this is not the game for just go and run around and try to make plays. It's more of stay detailed, stay doing your job, because once somebody, as literally the way that they score is if somebody does not do their job, a 90-yard touchdown will come out of it. It's everybody honing in on every detail on the defense to do their job. Because once somebody doesn't do their job, it's going to hurt you. And I think if we just do that the whole game, we'll take care of business.
How much better do you feel like the defense is now than it was in September?
Yeah, you can just tell as a defense, like, we understand each other a whole lot more. We understand our strengths and weaknesses, and the camaraderie that we have, the way that we're just really meshing well. I think we're peaking at the right time, and it's exciting to see, because it's scary to see, when we can be this good. So, yeah.
Just to quickly build off that attention to detail, I've noticed like the scout team quarterback wears the jersey number of the opposing quarterback. They've, this year the jersey colors have correlated with which side of the ball. How much do you feel like those kind of small things just really help in those moments where, mental focus really matters, just to have practice really account for that?
Yeah, I think any small detail can give you an edge over anybody. When you're emphasizing like when we're playing away, the jerseys that the offense are wearing, so the quarterback understands, this is the color I'm supposed to be seeing. I think that's something in the subconscious that, when the game happens, like it helps them and it works. And then for us, just seeing those numbers and understanding, like, when you see that number flash, like, that may be your responsibility. That may be the guy that you're supposed to take. So I think within those small details, you can have these small inches, and everybody understands in football, inches matter. So yeah, I think it helps us a lot.
Finally, in the top 25 AP poll, are you buying into it? Do you never care? Is it rat poison for you?
I think it's a good thing to see. It gives, it doesn't give us energy. It doesn't give us, more motivation. I think it gives the outside people something to cheer about and something to be excited about. But for us, it's just another thing that we're just taking care of by doing everything that we do every week, just preparing, trying to win, trying to be the best that we can be personally. Because we always say, like, we're not playing an opponent, we're playing ourselves. If we're our best selves, and we can beat anybody. So for us, it's just another thing that's been achieved from us doing our job.
And sticking back on the defense, Coach talked about you all's job and leverage, staying on top of the ball with their passing game. Being in top of the league in a couple of categories like pick sixes, non-defensive touchdowns, things like that, how much confidence do you have going into this game?
Yeah, I think confidence is at all high, like an all-time high for us, because just knowing the amount of detail that starts from our head coach down to GAs in here, it's very overemphasized. So when you come to games like this where the details matter so much, where we've been trained, we've been ready for this since fall camp, since spring ball, when it's been almost plugged into us for so long. It's just something that we know. When it comes to time like this, we're prepared for it.
So how much did you guys want that shutout against Temple? I mean, you weren't on the field for that play, but you guys had earned it the way you'd been playing all game.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's frustrating because you want that shutout, and you understand as a defense, it doesn't matter. Yes, like, you're starting 11, or, some of the backups like weren't in that normally play. It's from the best guy to maybe not the best player that it all matters. When you go on the field, you want them to have success, and you don't want anything to fall off. So when those guys go in, like, yeah, we wanted the shutout, but it shows that we have a lot still more to work on. So when those people go in, they can have a great deal of success. So for us as leaders on the defense, we need to emphasize that more for those young guys.
Quickly yesterday, a moment that stuck out to me. I don't know what you were doing. You were like punching the field goal thing while Sam Howard was next to you doing push-ups, and it just was kind of you guys off to the side doing your own thing. We've talked a few times about your relationship with Sam, but just seeing you guys off to the side again today, how important is that chemistry and your bond with him going into this weekend, and really just as people?
Yeah, like I said before, the chemistry between me and him is awesome, because when you play college football and you meet new people, like, to be able to have a relationship like that sparks very well, and that is, very easily, built up a friendship between me and him. It's not very common. A lot of things when you meet other people, you butt heads a lot with other people. So for something like that to mesh so well and to be so easy of a friendship, it's awesome to have that. And the friendship that me and him have is gonna last forever. And we have each other's back, and like it is when you see us on the field, you can tell it's just this friendly, fun relationship that you could see like almost 2 8-year-olds having in the backyard. Just some tough, fun love that we have on the field.
All good.
Thank y'all.